Good evening everyone, and welcome to the first Gundam news of 2026. So first of all, a happy new year, and may all of your New Year's resolutions work out, or at least work out better than the ones from 2025. So let's kick off the year with the new Gunpla announcement. But unfortunately, it was Premium Bandai Limited. The Master Grade Gundam Sandrock Endless Waltz version Armadillo Lizard, the second up-armored version of the Sandrock. This thing can be yours in March for 6,820 yen, 43 US, and comes with a combination of what looks like new parts taken from the Armadillo armor unit and new parts that are unique to the Lizard unit. The shoulders look to be the same, but what is attached to them is different. The front skirt-esque things are new, and instead of the two Magwanac shields, we now get two Sandrock shields, which in turn can be equipped with a 48-tube missile launcher each. And then, because it's still, the same old Sandrock underneath all that equipment, we're still getting two heat show tails with superheated effect parts and a submachine gun. And related to the Gunpla news is this second set of Gundam Assemble paints, which will be releasing in February. They go for 385 yen a bottle, $2.50, and there's 7 new base colors and 2 new shade colors. We've got gray, sand yellow, ground brown, grayish blue, coral pink, orange, emerald green, shade blue, and shade purple. And you'll also be able to use these paints for the upcoming Gashapon Senshi Zero lineup. These adorable little Gashapon figures will only set you back 300 yen a spin, around 2 US, and there's a total of 15 figures to collect. Although it's really only 6 different ones in different colors. Dazai Gundam, Red Gundam, and G-Quux are available in red, blue, and fully painted, while the Strike Freedom Gundam Type 2, Infinite Justice Type 2, and Zagok Freedom version are only available in red and blue. And staying with the Super Deformed Gundams, pre-orders also went live for the Premium Bandai Limited SD Gundam Gaiden Neo Forbidden Magic Golden Blessings Cardass set. It can be yours in March for 6,000 yen, 38 US, and comes with 40 new cards, including Witch from Mercury ones, and an 8-page booklet. For something completely different then, have you ever wondered what the G-Quux version of Char Aznable smells like? Well, according to Primaniacs, it is the moist sweetness of lavender with subtle touches of clove and olibanum, all of which is then enveloped in the serenity of musk. And this perfume can be yours in March for 7,920 yen, 50 US, both from their physical Primaniac stores and their online store. And for more luxury items, we go to Gundam Wing. Pre-orders have begun for framed artwork from their 30th anniversary Operation Reunion event. You can get the main visual for 16,500 yen, 105 US, or the individual Gundam pilots for 11,000 yen, 70 US, all of which are releasing in late March and come with an individual serial number. For Hathaway's Flash then, it was announced that from January the 30th until April the 5th, a pop-up store will be opening up in Shibuya. More information will be coming soon, but they'll be selling merchandise, and they'll also have some mini-games for even more merchandise. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2, the Crossbone Gundam X1 Full Cloth has joined the fray, while in the global version of UC Engage, we got a double feature. There's a super limited unit assembly for the UR Uso Ewin and his UR V2 Assault Buster Cannon Gundam, and an extreme limited unit assembly for the UR Amuro Ray and his UR New Gundam with large funnel and hyper mega bazooka launcher. Plus, there was also a new clan battle. In G Generation Eternal then, the biggest thing was the addition of new main stages from Gundam Seed Destiny and Witch from Mercury, which was then of course coupled with new units from those series also becoming available, like the UR Gundam Calibarn Final Battle version EX version and Soleta Mercury, Destiny Gundam EX version and Shin Asuka, and Talia Gladys and the Minerva. Or you could go for the rerun of the Strike Freedom, also EX version, and Kira Yamato, and Lacus Klein and the Eternal. Plus, in addition to all of that, we also got new stages and event missions for the Eternal Road, the Instructor's Challenge, which sounds a lot like a tutorial, New Year's panel missions for an SSR Gundam Ariel, a Fierce Enemy Assault featuring the Zaku Warrior live concert version, so very fierce indeed, and they're celebrating New Year's Day as Guntang Day. And the reason for this is that New Year's Day in Japanese is Guntan, and Guntank is pronounced almost the same. It's Guntang-ku. So you'll get 3,000 diamonds, and there's a special mission for some more rewards. All praise Guntank. And finally, over at the Arsenal Base arcade game, 4 Squad Season 6 has gone live, featuring new pilots and mobile suits from series like Hathaway's Flash, 00, and Build Fighters, which you can then use against the new Big Zam raid boss. And on top of that, pre-orders also began for their latest Arsenal Base booster pack, called DCD 20th Anniversary Gundam Tri-H. And at first this kinda confused me because Tri-H is definitely not turning 20 either this year or turned 20 last year. So after a bit of digging, I realized that it's that DCD in the beginning that's turning 20, with DCD standing for Digital Cardass cards, or simply put, the cards that you use to play Gundam arcade games like Tri-H and Gundam Arsenal Base. And the first one of these did release in December of 2005. But so, in this booster pack, you will find brand new cards as well as cards that are reusing art from Gundam Tri-H. In other news then, the cover illustrations for 2 Mix's 30th anniversary album have been unveiled, and the Gundam Base is having a very interesting event on January the 3rd and the 4th. The Gundam Base Grand Carta Tournament, and again, we are dealing with a Japanese language pun here. So, Carta is a type of Japanese playing cards that got their name from the Portuguese word for card, Carta, and they're used to play a game that is similar-ish to concentration, where you try to match up 2 identical cards. So the joke here is that Carta's name is the same as the cards. And so over at the Gundam Base, they're going to be playing this matching game with the winner of a round getting a Gundam Base sticker. They didn't show us the design of this sticker yet, but I am really hoping it's going to have Carta on it. As for the things you could get this week then, on December 27th, we got a restock of the Metal Build Freedom Gundam Concept 2, going for 35,200 yen, 224 US. And as per usual with the metal builds, not only do they offer us a high quality figure with all of the gimmicks from the anime, but they also have to go one step beyond that. And in the case of the Concept 2, this comes in the form of the wing-mounted plasma cannons. In addition to being able to be deployed just like in the anime, they now also feature an opening gimmick to make them look just that little bit more impressive. And releasing on the same day was the Gundam Base Limited Entry Grade Build Strike Exceed Galaxy painting model and Gundam Base Limited Multi-Builders case, Gundam Base Colors. The case goes for 2,420 yen, 15 US, and comes with a variety of inserts to allow you to store a variety of things, going from tools to build your Gunpla to the actual Gunpla itself, like that Build Strike Exceed Galaxy painting model. This one goes for 1,430 yen, 9 US, and for easy customization, it comes mostly molded in white. Plus, the clear parts are now completely clear. And finally, on the 29th, the 3rd volume of Gunpla package art gummies went up for sale. One package will set you back 155 yen, around $1, and comes with 1 of 2 runner-shaped gummies and 1 of 32 cards featuring Gunpla box art, with 2 of them being secrets. For this week's reading material then, there was the February issue of Hobby Japan, featuring a special on Gundam Thunderbolt, which has of course just ended its total run, the February issue of Model Graphics, explaining to you how to make your Gunpla look amazing, the February issue of Shonen Sunday Special, in which Gundam Aggressor is being serialized, the February issue of Gundam Ace, in which a bunch of series are being serialized, and this time really focuses on SD Gundam. We got a new Gundam Wing art book featuring art done by Asaki Sakura, and which you can also see in the background, the 5th volume of the Witch from Mercury novel, and also a bunch of manga volumes. Volume 1 of Witch from Mercury, Frontiers in Glory Days, Volume 2 of Gundam Seed Freedom Astray, featuring the arrival of the new Red Frame, Volume 1 and 2 of the Plot to Assassinate Giran, new edition, featuring brand new art, as you can tell, and possibly also some other revisions as well, and Volume 2 of Gundam Crossbone Zeroiber. Plus, we also got some digital releases, like Chapter 5-1 of Witch from Mercury, Frontiers in Glory Days, Chapter 31 of Gundam Sequel, Chapter 32 of the Battle Tales of Flanagan Boone, all 13 volumes of SD Gundam Gaiden Night Gundam Monogatari, and the English ebook version of Gundam Forward, which is available on Amazon US, UK, Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and the Netherlands. As for this week's apparel news then, Banquet kicked things off with some acrylic stands, because of course they did. And first up, you could pre-order big and standard acrylic stands of those new cloaked versions of the Wing Zero, Deadside Hell, Heavy Arms Custom, Sandrock Custom, and Altron. The big ones go for 3,080 yen a piece, 20 US, and the standard ones go for 1,650 yen, 11 US a piece. From Victory Gundam then, you could get Uso, Pilot Suit Uso, Shakti, Different Shakti, Marbot, Oliver, Junko, Chronicle, Pilot Suit Chronicle, Katagina, and Pilot Suit Katagina. And then there's even more acrylic stuff in their latest Hathaway's Flash lineup. You can get the key visual for the Sorcery of Nim Cersei on an acrylic stand, an acrylic keychain, a B2 towel, and a tapestry, Mafty's logo with the title of the movie on a zip-up hoodie, a t-shirt, a tote bag, another acrylic keychain, a pouch, and a mug. And you can get the Mafty logo with lines from the movie on a long sleeve t-shirt or on a short sleeve t-shirt. And all of these Banquet items are slated for a February release, with a March release being for these Machu and Nyan anklets, inspired by the anklets that they wear in the ending. They both have their names engraved in it, as well as their signature emblem and a gem in their personal color. And these can be yours for 4,950 yen a piece, 32 US. Over at Strict G then, they first announced that until February 28th, they'll have a winter sale, with eligible items being 30% off. For the new stuff then, a vending machine has popped up in Hiroshima, selling various kinds of t-shirts and tote bags, including this Hiroshima limited Haro design. It has a Haro with a rice scoop on his back, looking at Momiji Manju, which is of course a Hiroshima specialty. Next up, releasing in physical Strict G stores in March, is this Haro and Jam homemade collaboration, giving us a bunch of Haro jewelry. There's a Haro ring for 38,500 yen, 245 US, a different Haro ring for 16,500 yen, 105 US, a Haro bracelet for 19,800 yen, 126 US, a Haro necklace for 16,500 yen, 105 US, and Haro earrings for 11,000 yen, 70 US. And finally, on April the 18th, there will be these 3 Gundam Kokeshi dolls releasing, made in collaboration with Usaburo Kokeshi. They'll go for 6,600 yen each, 42 US, and you can get the RX-72 Gundam, Shore Zaku 2, or the Standard Zaku 2. And that has been all for the first Gundam news of 2026. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters, the best wishes for 2026, and I'll see all of you next week with more Gundam news.